It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. A 25-year-old man is expected to be airlifted to a Sydney hospital following last night's shooting at Waratah West. Residents living in Alawar Street have told police they heard two gunshots just before 11 p.m. and saw two men assaulting another man near the intersection of Acacia Avenue. They also saw a silver sedan with its rear passenger and side windows shattered. A 25-year-old man was then dropped off at the Calvary Mater Hospital, suffering gunshot wounds to his right thumb and shoulder. Police say it's likely he'll need to have the thumb surgically removed. Parents of school children at Adamstown Heights say they're now wary of allowing their children to walk to school alone following Tuesday's sexual assault and abduction of an 11-year-old girl. A manhunt continues for the culprit, and police now have a good description of a car seen in the area of Hudson Park at the time of the attack. It's believed to be a red Commodore with mag wheels with red inserts in them and red seat covers. These parents have told NBN News the attack has shocked the local community.
It's dreadful, really frightening, because I know that a lot of the kids walk down between the two schools.
They pretty much just said, maybe don't let the kids walk to school on their own.
Lake Macquarie-based One Nation Senator Brian Burston is expected to quit the party today after a very public feud with Pauline Hanson. Senator Burston decided to support the government's company tax package, going against the position taken by his party leader. It's likely to leave One Nation all but a spent force in federal politics, leaving only two members in Parliament ahead of crucial votes in the Senate next week. Landowners in Singleton and Muswellbrook are being warned about the increased number of fires in the area. Property owners have been caught out by the dry conditions, with their hazard reduction burns getting out of control. RFS Operational Officer Leanne Bell says owners should constantly monitor burn-offs.
Look, if the fire does escape, please call 000, and you need to just be aware that the landowner and residents, it's their responsibility to control the fire so it doesn't escape and cause damage.
The state government is expected to beef up drought relief funding for Hunter farmers in the upcoming budget. A further $284 million will go towards low-interest loans for improvements to farm infrastructure, while farmers will be able to borrow $50,000 interest-free to buy feed and pay for water infrastructure improvements. $4 million is also being allocated for mental health support for drought-affected communities. We may see house prices skyrocket around the Hunter soon, with the latest report from the Housing Industry Association identifying 6 local areas as housing hotspots. Close to $83 million worth of residential building approvals were granted in Thornton over 2016 and 17, bringing the suburb to number 1 on the region's list of population growth. HIA Executive Craig Jenian believes the increase can be attributed to a range of factors.
It's a mixture of natural births and deaths locally in the Hunter, a little bit of Sydney investor market, and in Australia we're experiencing strong international migration over the last few years, and of course they're looking for somewhere to live as well.
Sport for our sponsor, PRD Nationwide East Maitland.
120 minutes of football couldn't separate Charlestown City and Lambton, with the Blues eventually taking victory on penalty shootout in the FFA Cup overnight. Charlestown City shot stopper Danny Ireland proved the difference.
And it's saved. Danny Ireland saves the day. And Charlestown City, they are going to the round of 32 for the first time in their club history. All thanks to that man in the middle of the huddle there, Danny Ireland.
Audio there thanks to Bar TV. It means the Blues are through to the national round of 32 for the first time, while in last night's other game, Broadmeadow knocked out Hamilton Olympic. Night skipper Jamie Buhrer says he could be back in just 6 weeks' time, with confirmation he has not ruptured the ACL as first thought. A meniscus injury will keep him sidelined for at least the next month, however, but he should return for the back end of the season. Meanwhile, teammate Nathan Ross is facing an unknown period on the sidelines as the club attempts to solve his groin issues. And in the local league, the board has announced the kick-off for first grade will return to 3 p.m. after a string of matches have been finishing under lights. That's sport. I'm Josh Sim.
And the winning numbers in Wednesday Lotto are 39, 32, 31, 13, 27 and 28, and the supplementaries are 10 and 14. 2NURFM News Time, 26 to 9.